What are we doing?
I was going to be sure to include that in the video.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Jack and Matt here with the Toaster Bros, and today we're going to be building a $250 gaming PC.
Let's get right into it, shall we? But first, a word from today's sponsor. This video is brought to you by iBuyTech, a place where you can get fast money for your smartphone.
So if you have any old smartphones lying around, or if you just want to upgrade to the next latest and greatest phone, but you need a little extra cash and need it quick, then check out the link down below to be able to sell your phone to them.
iBuyTech provides free shipping material to make the process very fast and easy. So thanks again to iBuyTech for sponsoring today's video, and please be sure to use the link in the description down below when selling your smartphone to them today. Now, let's get into the PC build, shall we?
So what we have here in this giant briefcase of a cooler is from Deepcool. Yeah, a giant CPU cooler that's RGB and like super overkill for this. This is not necessary, so not included in the description. We're just using it because we kind of needed something. In the description, we'll have alternate links to much cheaper coolers and even OEM coolers that this board would have actually came with.
Now with that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about the parts and how we put together this really cheap system. All right, so the core of this PC build is around the HP Z400 OEM motherboard. Now, special thanks to a couple other YouTubers out there who've done systems like this. You kind of inspired me and your comments on our videos suggesting that we try to do some of these builds. Coalition Gaming, shout out to you. This is an OEM motherboard that you can get very easily on eBay for around $40 and sometimes less. We paid $30 for ours. And then the key benefit of getting these motherboards is the Xeons that can go in them. This is a 3565 Xeon, the W3565, an $8 processor that you can put inside here. And the benefit of this Xeon, even though you can't overclock it, is that out of the box, it already has a boost clock of up to 3.4 gigahertz, which is way better than some of the other Xeons that are already out there on the market, like the X3440 and the 3430. We decided to pair that with two 4 gig sticks of DDR3 memory. Please use the links in the description down below if you're looking to match this system. You have to use very specific DDR3 memory. It's not any more expensive, but you gotta make sure to use non-registered DIMMs if you're gonna go with this configuration, because since this is Xeon, you can use ECC memory. Now, one of the problems with this system is the fact that you need an adapter for the 24-pin power, which I'll leave a link in the description down below, as always, to all the parts for where you can get this adapter. This costs you anywhere between 10 to 15 bucks depending on where you buy it, but it allows you to use a standard ATX power supply with this motherboard. Now for the graphics card. Again, you might see a theme throughout this video. We're actually trying a system with a bunch of stuff that people have suggested that we try in videos. This is an RX 460, more specifically an OEM variant that goes anywhere between $50 to $60 on eBay with a ton in supply. It's a really good 1080p low medium setting card, and for a $250 system, this might be a good option. Also, if you're more patient, you could go with something like an RX 570 on bid for around the same price or a little bit more, but this card right here is a good example of one that's readily available and a lot of people can get their hands on, and I'll be excited to see how it pairs with this motherboard, RAM, CPU combo, and how it performs in games.
Okay, so for storage, we have the typical basic, just 120 gig SSD. This is just one that we found on Amazon. It's from Inland. You can usually get them for anywhere from like $17.99 to $21, and it'll get the job done for a boot drive along with a hard drive to put all your games and whatnot on. So our buddies over at Antec actually sent us this Value Power 550 watt power supply. This is actually a really good power supply. It's 80 plus certified. It also actually comes with a 3-year warranty, which is really nice of them, and it's a really nice looking power supply. So just because it says Value Power does not mean that it's great value. It means that it's a good value for the money. So whenever Matt and I can't go with the Rgb Fans because we don't feel like trying to fit it in the budget, we just get something like this, a basic Rgb strip. Obviously this does not affect anything at all. It's literally just for aesthetic purposes, and we're just those RGB guys. You know, we're the RGB guys. We use them in everything.
RGB bros?
RGB bros, yep, that's what we are now. So along with Antec sending that really nice power supply, they also sent us a really good looking case. This is the DP501 from Antec, and it actually has a tempered glass. Please handle with care. And you know, overall it's a really nice looking mid-tower case. So big thanks to Antec for sending this over, and you know what, why don't we go ahead and see what it looks like with the finished product.
Yay. Alright guys, so now that this PC is all put together and benchmarked, let's talk about those benchmark numbers real quick. The numbers were actually not too bad. We tested games like Fortnite, PUBG, and CSGO, and also Far Cry 5, and got very respectable frame rates at medium to low settings and sometimes high settings depending on the game. We'll talk more about benchmarks as you see them on screen right now, but I'm going to let Jackson mention some of the key features that he noticed from this system.
So obviously with this being like an OEM really weird Xeon pre-built, there was some weird things on it. So the fan connectors, all the fan connectors on this thing basically are like 5-pin, or if they are 4-pin, the little notch that basically lines up the pins is not in the normal spot. So when you go to plug in your fans, you literally have to like pull the pins off to the side and then shove the connector on. They still work, but you do get some errors when you're booting into Windows or whatever your operating system is. The BIOS will say, hey, your fans aren't connected, and that's just because that last pin's not being used. Another thing that's really weird about this board is most of the risers on the case do line up with a ATX motherboard layout, but there's a few of them that don't quite line up, and you have to pull some risers out because they basically cause the motherboard to short out if you don't remove those. So I highly suggest that you kind of lay it in the case and check it out and make sure that everything lines up like it should.
That will definitely save you a lot of troubleshooting time that we had to go through and figuring out that literally one riser in the top corner was causing a majority of the problems we were having. But regarding those benchmarks again, there seems to be a GPU bottleneck in this system. Yeah, the RX 460 is a lower end card, and this was supposed to be a really cheap system and also a chance for us to test out the RX 460 in a use case like this. Something like an RX 570 or even RX 580 maybe might pair very well with the system, and we've done those graphics cards enough on the channel to where we kind of just wanted to give the RX 460 a shot. But if you do pair a system like this with the RX 570 and 580, you'll probably get some very respectful results. And there's also more Xeons on this platform that you can dive into that have higher clock speeds, maybe a little better hyper-threading support. There's a lot of different stuff that you can do with these Xeons, and honestly, it was a good learning experience. Will we really recommend these systems for everyone? Probably not. There's a ton of different options out there, but overall, in this system, we kind of had a lot of fun and a lot of headaches at the same time.
So once again, big thanks to Antec. This is a really cool looking case, the DP501, and of course this is really nice RGB, which you can actually change with this little button right up here to really whatever mode you want, even static colors, and it actually changes the front RGB as well. And they have a full hub in the back too, so you can actually hook up other RGB devices as well, or even motherboard control it.
So thank you guys again for watching this PC build. If you're interested in parting together a system like this for yourself, check the links in the description down below. Also, if you haven't done so already, consider subscribing, liking this video, and comment as well. We'd love to read your comments and would love to have a discussion about this PC build in the comment section down below.
So as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next one.
Goodbye.